All right, I'm going to continue on, talk about thermal energy and heat and thermal energy. Well, thermal energy, again, is the total energy an object has because of its particles that make up the substance. Okay, thermal energy is expressed in joules and depends partly on temperature, but also depends on how much of a substance you have. For example, in the book, you're going to see a picture of a bowl of soup and a pot of soup. Okay, well, they're both the same temperature. Which one has more thermal energy? Well, if they're both the same temperature, something else has to determine that. The pot has more soup in it. So therefore, the pot would have more thermal energy than the bowl of soup would, even though they're the same temperature. Why? Because the pot has more soup, there's more particles that are moving, so when you add all that together, you're going to get more thermal energy because of how much is there. All right? So not only temperature affects how much thermal energy something has, but also how much of the substance is there. Okay? Now, we've talked about this in the past, reaching the same temperature. Hopefully you remember the term that means reaching the same temperature, which would be thermal equilibrium. When two objects are different temperatures and they actually get to that same temperature, they've reached thermal equilibrium. Okay? And we've already talked again about energy always transfers from the higher temperature object to the lower temperature object. So if I have something that's higher temperature and then another thing that's lower temperature, this object's going to give or transfer its thermal energy to that lower one. And that's going to kind of bring them closer together. And when they get to that same temperature, we call it thermal equilibrium. Okay? So hopefully that will give you a good understanding what thermal equilibrium is. Hopefully you can go refer to this little video if you're not sure on the reading. But hopefully that is a good explanation. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you a little bit later.